Argos getting touchdowns tonight from Cleo Lemon and Chad Cackert. Calvillo again, this time throws it out of bounds. There's a penalty flag back at the Montreal 42-yard line. Was it a hold?
Holding, Montreal number 57. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
That's not a very good birthday gift for Scott Flory. 45 today. Perennial All-Star at Montreal line.
Well, Scott Flory's been put in the tough situation of having to bump out to tackle from his usual guard spot with the injury to Josh Burke. Jeff Parrott, the right tackle, slides over to the left tackle spot. Flory moves out from right guard to right tackle. Different footwork, different positioning for him out there.
1st and 20. Calvillo, here's the rush again. Far sideline, and now the Argos defense starting to get some pressure on number 13.
Well, we saw the blitz come that time. Willie Pyle, the free safety, forced Brandon Whitaker, the Owls' busiest receiver tonight, to stay in and block him.
Let's go down to Sarah Orleski now. Sarah?
Rod, Josh Burke is back here on the sidelines. He's discussing things with the trainer as well as the doctor. His status remains unknown for the rest of the game. He has been running on the sidelines. He was in noticeable pain, though, while doing crossovers. I will keep you updated with any further information from the team.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. Calvillo dancing out of the pocket. It's picked! Ricky Foley on a tip out of an Alouette receiver's hands right into his mitts, and the Argos get their first turnover of the night.
And sometimes having a guy who led the CFL in sacks a couple of years ago drop into coverage actually pays off for you. Here it does. Number 95, Ricky Foley, is going to show up in the middle of this defensive scheme. Starts off mugged up in the line as if he's going to rush, backs off. Eric Delorier unable to squeeze that one. The tip, unfortunately, goes up in the air off his hand, right to Ricky Foley.
There is a penalty flag on the play, and it might have been the excessive celebration that time from Ricky Foley.
After the play, objectional conduct, Toronto, number 5. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that's Ejiro Kuwali's number. Regardless, the Argos have the ball. It would have given them good field position at their 50. Now it's back inside their 40-yard line. Cleo Lemon rekindles some of that aerial magic that he just had in his last series with Chad Cackert. And it was Kuwali on the sideline, being toned down by Jim Barker. Kuwali's second game at middle linebacker for the Argos, filling in for the injured Jay Pottinger. Play action, Chad Owens. Brought down by Marcus Stell, had nowhere to go. A little dump pass to Chad Owens from Cleo Lemon.
Yeah, the Argos try to get some misdirection in the backfield to try and create some flow going to the right, and then roll Lemon and Owens out to their offensive right. Try to get the flow going to the left. The quick dump, but the corner, Marcus Stell, stays right at home to come up and make the play on Owens. Good recognition. One of the best in the business right there, number 31, Marcus Stell.
23-17 Montreal. Under 3 to go, third quarter. Second down 9. Lemon rushes on, delivers outside to Andre Dury. Dury gets hit, but very close to moving the yardsticks on the far sideline. Will this be a Toronto first down? Up near the 50-yard line. Good play call that time as Cleo Lemon saw the blitz coming.
Well, the Argos put the Alouettes in a tough situation. This is what Andre Dury does. Dury is going to start off in that backfield. You've got the Alouettes trying to cover him with middle linebacker Shea Emery. Dury takes off. Emery's got a long way to go to try and get him. He gets a nice little rub from the inside receiver, appeared to be Jermaine Copeland.
1st and 10 Argos, play action again. Looking for Chad Owens. That one a little too far for Owens to grab, so it will be second down again.
And I have a feeling on that play, you're seeing a little bit of the after effect of the last similar play to Chad Owens. Owens looked like he took a little peek upfield and hesitated for a second on his route, looking to see if there was going to be a defender there immediately. And that slight hesitation slowed him down just enough that he wasn't able to get to the football.
24 total plays, just 6 rushing plays. Again, no Corey Boyd tonight. Lemon going deep now, looking for Copeland, and overthrew him. Copeland watched again by his old teammate in Calgary, Dwight Anderson. And so the Argos now will punt the ball away again.
A missed opportunity there for the Argos after taking over possession on the turnover, the Ricky Foley interception. Again, this is a Toronto team that needs to put together some drives.
Not sustained much momentum or drives. Completely outplayed statistically here tonight, but still hanging around. And there's a no yards call. That'll be a 15-yard penalty as Tim Maypray gathered it in near his 22-yard line. And look who's back. After that hit, watching that on video, you would not have thought it would be possible.
Yeah, that was one that made my right knee feel a little sore.
Toronto, number 15. 15-yard penalty. First
Josh
down,
Bork
Montreal.
coming back in. Another costly penalty for the Argos. Jim's that D Webb approaching in on that 5-yard area. Brandon London near side of your screen. Alice Baker up top. Calvillo throwing again. Qualley in pursuit. Brian Bratton, the reception near the first down marker.
The Montreal Alouettes just continue to nickel and dime the Argonauts offensively.
That's what Anthony Calvillo has been doing since he broke into the CFL.
The result is, if the Argos are unable to stop them, you get these long drives. The defense has been on the field way too much in this ball game for the Toronto Argonauts.
Second down. Or 4 yards to go. Calvillo barks out his signals again. With the pocket and unable to hang on is Brandon Whitaker. One of the few hiccups for Whitaker here tonight. He's been outstanding. So the Alouettes will kick it right back into the final minute of this third quarter. Montreal leading by 6 points.
A big stop there for the Toronto Argonauts. Seemingly getting a little more pressure on Anthony Calvillo now.
Beware of number 2, who lurks back near his 20-yard line, Chad Owens. Sean White will launch near his 30. The wobbly kick, it bounces down to Owens. And he is buried inside the 20-yard line. And Kidwana Jones has been down on almost every special teams tackle first tonight.
Kidwana Jones has made a career being one of the most versatile players in the CFL. We see him at D-line, linebacker, and played a little D-tackle during his time in Saskatchewan, but always making a contribution on special teams. A guy who hasn't often been a starter through his career, which makes it tough to earn a roster spot as an import player in this league, but it just goes to show you the value of a Kidwana Jones, that he's been able to stay in the CFL this long.
The Argos have been unable to solve the riddle of the Alouettes defense. Certainly their secondary. Will we see more Jermaine Copeland? What about Brandon Rideau? Where is he tonight? Lemon in the pocket now has to get flushed out. Cleo Lemon in trouble, and he's sandwiched up near the 24-yard line. Had to do a lot of running to pick up half the first down yardage, and took quite a crunch.
Well, it's a good decision by Cleo Lemon to run with that football. Anything you can do to keep the Alouettes honest defensively here and mix things up a little bit. I tell you, once you get into the open field, though, there aren't a lot of players in this league that are going to win a foot race with Chip Cox, who tracked him down on that play.
2nd and 5 now. Lyman shotgun again. Play action, trouble. Lemon goes down, ball's down. Alouettes have it inside the 13-yard line. Argos turn it over. Montreal has it on the final play of the third quarter. 23-17 Alouettes. Better quarter for the Toronto Argonauts. The Montreal Alouettes running up the statistical numbers, how lopsided that is. Look at the time of possession, but not running up the score, at least not yet. They threaten now after an Argo fumble.
Yeah, and the Argos have stayed close in this football game due to a couple of big plays, but the Montreal Alouettes defensively just came up with a big one to force that fumble deep in Toronto Argonaut territory. John Bowman is the guy who ends up getting the strip on this play. He starts off closest to the top of your screen, number 7, the right defensive end. This is just a 6-on-6. The Argos have a mistake in the blocking scheme, which leaves Bowman free. They're not outnumbered. 6 men against 6 men. Bowman comes free, makes the strip. Eric Wilson comes up with the recovery.
There are the guys in the front line. They've been together for a while now, inseparable, and they did the damage again. Calvillo. And how about that? An eligible receiver is Ryan Bombin. Caught that football.
Ryan Bombin had been forced into the game at right guard with the injury to Josh Bork, but with Bork coming back into the lineup, Bombin goes back to his usual short yardage tight end position. And the Guelph product catches his first career CFL pass.
4th round draft pick, 31st by Montreal in 2010. Second season in the CFL, 24-year-old. Bring the sticks to measure here.
Scary the stockpile of young offensive linemen this team has. They've still got a couple former first-rounders in Dylan Steenberg and Christian Matt. Still in reserve, guys who aren't even on the active roster right now.
Ryan Bombin usually coming in to help with some blocking. It's a chance to grab the pigskin here tonight. It'll be 2nd and inches. Once again, Calvillo goes to the sideline. Gives way to Adrian McPherson. McPherson, left side, be sneaking in, and it'll be 1st and goal now, Alouettes. Well, TSN gives you all access, behind-the-scenes look at life in the CFL with a 4-part documentary on the Toronto Argos. The Extra Yard. Episode 2 premieres Thursday, August 4th at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Rod Black, Dwayne Ford, Sarah Orleski with you here at Percival Molson Stadium in Montreal on TSN and TSN Radio 1050 in Toronto tonight. Anthony Calvillo already 2 touchdown passes, one to Eric Delorier, the other to Brian Bratton. They hand off up the middle. Gobbled right up right there as Brandon Whitaker. Brandon Whitaker, say hello to the large Claude Roten.
6'2", about 300 pounds. Argonauts' new nose tackle.
2 sacks in his opening game. A number of tackles, was very quiet last week. This is rather loud here.
Claude Roten just swallowed up Brandon Whitaker on that one. Whitaker, by the way, has accounted for about half of Montreal's total offense here tonight.
Calvillo shotgun now, 2nd and goal. From the Toronto 3. Hand off to Whitaker again, and he scores! Touchdown, Alouettes! There's a reward for all the touches and all the hard work and all the yardage tonight from Brandon Whitaker.
Credit both the scheme and the job of the offensive lineman to pop this one open. Brandon Whitaker gets in behind his right guard. Scott Flory, right tackle, Jeff Parrott. Watch the drive block by Parrott on Linjay Shell. He takes him right off your screen. Center Luc Brodeur-Jourdain turns his man out. Terrific job by the Alouettes O-line.
2nd touchdown of the season for Brandon Whitaker, his 1st on the ground. Got a touchdown last week in Regina from Anthony Calvillo. Sean White to supply the point after. The lead extended it to 13 again. The Wendy's Friday Night Football on TSN will continue from Montreal. Brandon Whitaker finds the end zone. Handoff from Anthony Calvillo. Still lots of time left. The Toronto Argonauts are going to need to respond quickly again. 23-1 and scoring 30 or more points. The Montreal Alouettes. That only loss was that dramatic thriller on Canada Day last year against the Riders. Sean White kicking off from his 35-yard line. And high in the air again. And hanging on to it wisely. They're trying to keep it away from Chad Owens. Alex Busby, who showed why he is a defensive lineman.
Yeah, he's slightly less of a threat to take it to the house.
So the Argos will start now from their 36-yard line. Numbers not very favorable again for Cleo Lemon in the offense. Chad Owens, top of your screen. Chad Cacker takes the ball. And Shea Emery tries to strip him of it. Gets to the 36.
A very fresh Montreal defense is just swarming to the football. We go back to those third quarter stats. I mean, these guys have played 12 minutes of football through 3 quarters. They're feeling pretty good right now.
Argos just have been unable to stretch this Alouette defense, and credit that front 7. They've been all over Lemon. A lot of pressure, a lot of heat.
The man on the right there was the architect, Tim Tibesar, the D coordinator.
Lemon with protection this time. Lets it go. It's picked off. Chip Cox, one of the fastest guys out there, down the sidelines. Knocked out of bounds. It's all going wrong now for Cleo Lemon and the Toronto Argonauts. Immediately, the Alouettes get it back and are inside the red zone.
Chip Cox drops deep in coverage here as he shows the versatility required to play that strong side linebacker spot. Looking for the middle receiver on the wide side of the field. That's Jermaine Copeland. He runs that in route. Ball tipped off his hands. Chip Cox, again, dropping deep in coverage, playing like a free safety. In perfect position as that ball is tipped in the air over top of Copeland.
Down to the 12-yard line. Two turnovers for the Argos. Calvillo smells blood again. Pratt. Wally rips him down. Wally, who played at Louisiana State, grew up in Florida in Daytona Beach. Second game at middle linebacker for the Argos. Loss of 3 on the play.
Well, oddly enough, the Montreal Alouettes, they've got to play for this. 2nd and 13.
I think they got to play for everything.
They sure seem to.
Delorier in motion. Calvillo. Out of trouble again. Anthony Calvillo takes off and is hit as he goes out of bounds and got hit hard by Ijiro Kawali, but he's up just as he threw the football. An injured Argo was Claude Rote, but he's up. Anthony Calvillo took quite a lick just as he threw that football away.
Well, it was the LSU connection for the Argonauts. Roten and Qualley doing the damage. Roten chases Calvillo to the sidelines. Qualley comes in late to clean up just as Calvillo throws the ball.